shot. Now, I want to be careful of where you're aiming because that's kind of that range flag where we know that everything's going to kick a little bit left, so we can aim a little too far right and get away with it. So I want you to aim between the flag up here, so the flag itself and the golf ball's on the left side of the flag, so you don't start swinging them in there and letting them kind of sling onto that hole. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So between the two golf balls to the left of the flag and the flag, that's where I want the ball to land, in that line, just so you don't get used to playing the topography of this specific green and everything's aimed a little bit too far right. So when you go out and hit this shot, you're hitting a straight shot, not a little bit of a, it's okay if I miss right because it's all moving left. Right there, yep, good. Got to fly it 5 yards further so it bounces straight too, right?
Yeah.
So now we've changed your line, and we've almost put you back to the swing size that you started with here. So a little more swings, a little more swing, a little more backswing. Good.
That's right about.
Yep.
Pretty close.
Yep, good. That's flag high for sure. Good shot. Oh, it behaved nicely on the green too. Good shot. So you hit it into the flat part, or the soft part. Good shot. Yeah, nice shallow divot.
So that's my immediate feedback on the range then?
Yes.
Shallow divots?
Shallow divot, and practice going forward to me is not just a 7-iron. I know that you love to run out there and hit a large bucket with a 7-iron. But we need to work on that plane of those, the swing plane itself, and flattening it out. And you can get away with too much with a 7-iron. So I don't mind you starting with a 7-iron, but take at least something else out there, a hybrid, a 4-iron, or something, so that these things don't get lost in your practice.
And think sweep.
And think sweep. Especially when we're now on mats, we can't give you all of those direct feedbacks of a deep divot because you're not going to see a divot.
Okay. So I got to figure something out on the mat.
Yep. Mats are a whole different animal, but they're an animal that we deal with for what, 4 or 5 months out of the year. So in order to keep practice, and you practice in weather that most people wouldn't, we need to give you some specific cues for those mats. And my first one is making sure that we don't just have you go out there, or you don't just sneak out there with a 7-iron on your own. Take 7-iron, but take something else to make sure that that plane and that depth of that golf swing is more the sweep idea as opposed to getting steep idea.
And so the flight of the ball, that would be the immediate feedback?
Well, no, I believe that you'll hit it higher, but you'll hit it further too. I think it'll probably be impact that'll be affected more than the ball flight. I know that when you were steep with the hybrid and the things in that first lesson, you were kind of hitting the lollipop shot that I talked about. So it'll be a little, I guess I'll retract that. I guess it's probably more of an efficient ball flight more than it is anything. And we'll be able to tell, you'll be able to tell just in that first 30 yards how the ball behaves. If it just springs straight up in the air off the club face, so you're probably a little bit steep. If it takes a minute to rise, then you're making more of an efficient use of the golf swing.
Okay.
I thought they said 50 degrees today. Good shot. Go in! But they meant 35 degrees and 15 miles an hour with the wind, right? And you add those together to get the temperature?
Well, this is helping the head stay steady because the eyes are so watery.
Right.